And finally, in our news, the Iglesia Ni Cristo held a door-to-door aid to humanity in New Zealand amid the pandemic. Greg Besa has the details.
When New Zealand was in lockdown for a month to fight against the spread of COVID-19, it was proven effective in containing the virus, but at the expense of the economy. When the economic consequences of such tough measure have become evident in the lives of many people in this country, members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ have shown once more their love, compassion, and generosity to others, particularly those people whose sources of livelihood were affected by COVID-19 crisis, most of whom were migrant workers. As New Zealand is on track in eliminating COVID-19, the government is gradually easing its movement restrictions. Yet, limitations on gathering size are still in place to prevent any possible outbreak due to failure to follow social distancing measures. The continuing size restriction on large gatherings did not prevent nor discourage the members of the church all over New Zealand to hold their Aid to Humanity undertaking. Through the supervision of the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, the charitable arm of the church, they conducted a door-to-door distribution of bags of grocery items to those who were deemed in great need, many of whom were migrant workers. So inspired in manifesting their unity with the call of the church administration to help others in distress, members of the church visited the residential places of the intended beneficiaries as they handed over to them the assistance in accordance to the social distancing guidelines for those they know and do not know, and hygiene measures set forth by the government.
And this is indeed timely, for many people are affected by the economic crisis brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. Through the leadership of our executive minister, we members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo conducted this Aid to Humanity activity to extend our help to our fellow men. This is also in compliance with the commandment of God recorded in Proverbs 3:27 that says, "Whenever you possibly can, do good to those who need it." As what we witnessed, our brothers and sisters in the faith were so joyful as they go to the respective houses of the recipients of goodwill bags and boxes, because they are driven by their genuine concern and love to our fellow men. And that is what we've learned from our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, as he leads the entire church in this holy endeavor and extending aid and a helping hand to those who are in need.
Much as the members of the church are always ready to extend assistance to the needy, through the dynamic leadership of the church executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, authorities concerned have recognized and appreciated their act of kindness, generosity, and compassion amid COVID-19 crisis.
Kia ora, I'm Campbell Barry, Mayor of Lower Hutt. I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you for all the hard work you have been doing in supporting our city. The project you and your fellow church members undertook, Aid to Humanity, is what Lower Hutt is all about. Playing our part in New Zealand's team of 5 million and helping out those in need within our communities. COVID-19 may have kept us physically distant, but it's work like yours that brings us closer together. He tangata, it's all about the people, and thank you again. I wish you all the best, and keep up all the good work and hard work in our communities. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. I commend the recent activity launched by the Iglesia Ni Cristo, or Church of Christ here in Wellington. Since New Zealand has started to ease its restrictions under Alert Level 2, they were able to go door to door to give goodie bags with food and other items to our kababayans in need. This act of kindness is a wonderful example of the bayanihan spirit shown by Filipino community groups here in New Zealand. Ngamihi, maraming salamat po.
On behalf of the Philippine Overseas Labor Office in New Zealand, I congratulate the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ on their continuing effort to reach out to fellow Filipinos here in New Zealand through their Aid to Humanity program. This humanitarian endeavor of the church, which is done simultaneously in all parts of the world, has touched the hearts and especially of people who are truly in need. It is through this altruism that the Church has been distinctly known with the liberality with which it extends help, care, and compassion to the poor. This act of generosity finds greater meaning in the face of the present global health crisis, when the very livelihood of ordinary people is under.
As COVID-19 cases soars across the globe, leading medical experts and authorities are unable to tell nor predict when this pandemic will end. But members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ here in New Zealand and all over the world will never stop doing good to others whenever they possibly can, no matter what the situation of their surroundings may be. From Hat City, Wellington Region, New Zealand, this is Greg Bessa. We live in interesting times.